Hello, and my name is Paula Sow, and this is Soundbytes. Thank you for tuning in to the Soundbite, and I'm Paula Sow, your host. A soundbite is basically a discussion piece around health, healing, wellness, and community. The creation of Soundbite came out of the request from several friends of mine to share my perspective and my poetry. So today's Soundbite I'm going to share is Connection. And I'm going to read a piece from my book, A Queen Deferred, A Poetic Journey, Volume 1, which is available on Amazon. And I'm going to read a piece called A Trail of Broken Hearts. A society that is inherently exploitative. It's not a far cry to believe that on all fronts an exploit arrives, if even only slightly. And how would love be any different? How would the sensation of, the manifestation of, be any different? Exploitatively, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. Thus we remind ourselves that life lives in people, the connection between family, friend, and foe. Yes, life, it lives in people. Look after one another. Care for, empathize with, show compassion for. Exploitatively, no. Stop leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. For if not a mom, then who? Who will love you? Who will dedicate a time for your filling, for your fueling, for your rearing? It is not only superficial, it is deeply engraved. The people, they will lay to whip one to another. Exploitatively, stop leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. Inside, OJT, on the job training, life is. For this culture seeks to exploit the ignorance of others, to subject them to second-class citizenship, stealing their breath. Away goes their dreams, away goes their love, aspirations, away goes their hopes and visions. Thank yourself, for it is you who are guilty of leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. So with that being said, let's take a deeper look and further examine a trail of broken hearts. So the introduction says, a society that is inherently exploitative. It is not a far cry to believe that on all fronts an exploit arrives, if only slightly. That speaks to how we do business, right? We're looking for an opportunity to exploit. Our connection to each other is a way to find the weakness in other people. We set off to find someone else's deficit as a way to capitalize in business. The next line says, and how would love be any different? How would the sensation of, the manifestation of, be any different, right? In love, what is it that we're not connected to when we are looking for an opportunity to exploit? Sensation through manifestation of whatever it is that we're intending to create and our goal, and inside of that logic we're not connecting with the person. It's simply about looking for an opportunity to exploit them, right? And then I commission B, why would it be any different? Exploitatively leaving behind a trail of broken hearts, right? And then I ask, thus we remind ourselves life lives in people, the connection between family, friend, and foe. Life, yes, it lives in people. Look after one another. Care for one another. Empathize with and show compassion for. So, in the interim, right, as we're doing business, as we live our lives, as we have interactions at work, life lives in people. The life force is within us all. It's within you, it's within me. It's within your friends. It's within people you don't know. It's within your neighbors, etc. Right? So, if the life force is there, then you're commissioned to have compassion for one another. Just like you, just like me. I want someone to have compassion for me. I would want someone to love and care for me. Then you should connect with your neighbors and do the same for them. It's not difficult, right? I'm going to move forward, and it says, for if not a mom, then who? Who will love you? Who will dedicate time for your filling and for your fueling and for your rearing? It is not only superficial. Parenting. Did we ever think about parenting as a connection piece? You think that because you gave birth to children that you automatically love them. You automatically connect with them. Or do we actually? Or do we look at them as little replicas of ourselves? We want them to behave like we did. We want them to speak like we did. And we learn what we learned from our society, social norms, learned behaviors, right? Are we connecting with our children as young people, as little people who have the right to develop their own perspectives, right? Connecting, right? We're not really looking at that as a connection piece, but it is. Let's move one further. The people, they will lay to whip one to another. Lay to whip. Lay to whip, right? Anything where you get to damage the life force in someone else. Whether you take something from them and you hurt them and you harm them. Whether you have taken something that belongs to them. Whether it's in business, whether you did, right? Unethical business practices, right? Predatory lending. That was a lack of connection with the people that circumstance bestowed for them, right? They'll lose their homes. They have families, right? There's a connection piece inside of that. We will lay to whip one to another. How is this possible? So I'm going to move forward. And I said inside of OJT, on the job training, life is, for this culture seeks to exploit the ignorance of others. Survival of the fittest. On the job training has taught us to believe that that type of connection is logical. It is illogical. So we're looking for deficits in others because only the strong survive. That gives you permission to be disconnected from your fellow man. Unacceptable. Okay? Let's move forward. To subject them to second-class citizenship. Stealing their breath, away goes their dreams. Away goes their love aspirations, away goes their hopes and visions. Thank yourself for leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. And that speaks to immigration. That speaks, and immigration, I don't even like immigration, right? The thought of what immigration is. I don't even like it. Because by right, none of us, even our historical line, were not here to begin with. So at some point across history, we were all immigrants, right? So in our society, we seek to exploit the ignorance and deficits of others. So the immigrant who comes here to America with whatever logic or whatever thinking that they came with, they're not clear that they're being exploited. Away goes their dreams. Away goes their aspirations for love. What about them? They're people. Life is inside of them. See, you cannot leave behind a trail of broken hearts. Because these people, if you're connected and you're compassionate, you will understand that life lives in them as well. And they have dreams and aspirations too. So I'm commissioning you all. As myself, I've created a world vision. A world that is inclusive, spiritually connected. Living in love, harmony, and abundance now. You are all commissioned to create an inclusive world vision where you get to be connected to your fellow man, whether you know them or not. So this has been today's Soundbite. I'm Paula Sow. Thank you for tuning in. All my love.